Hello YouTube, I Fix It All here, Team I Fix It All. Today is the tale of the broken blender. What's the problem with it? Mixer. Mixer. I learned that I was incorrect today. It's a mixer, Scott. So the problem is, and this is a complaint from the customer, my wife. This is a new one. It's a Chinesium. ALCOK. ALCOK. That is correct. Here's the problem. That falls out. That one kind of is better. In other words, one stays in most of the time, the other one just flies out. It's going to be a tough problem to try to fix if it can be fixed. But not to worry. Take your pick. I got her this backup one a while back. I'm going to open this puppy up soon and do some maintenance on this old Sunbeam. There's several here for 50 cents and $1 at Goodwill. Along with a VHS, DVD, recorder and player, yada yada. Alright, so let's get back to the fun. We're going to see what we can do to fix the problem. So I've got this out, and I'm going to do a quick study and see what kind of tools I need to get it apart. Hang tight. I'm on my last screw here. Magnets. There's one. Arr. Now I need to find my magnets. Oh, it's in my belt. Okay. All right. Hang tight. Well, I tell you what, these things are clearly designed for you to break them. I had to pop that front off. It's a good little parts holder. And I got this cover off finally. So what I'm after is this section right here to try to understand how things stay put. Up in there. I'm going to kill this big light for a little bit and see how it goes. And I think I'm going to put a higher wattage bulb in here. Hang on. Alrighty. While I'm in here, I'll probably do some lubrication on a couple things. It's the main malfunction here is this part. Guts to figure out why. Why these are not staying in there. I think I'll pick on this one the most. So yeah, I need to find out what that snapping is and see if that's the part that needs fixed. And it's, well, better set that turbo button over there. I think I'm going to be taking this gear out and studying it. Hang tight. First things first, I gotta figure out how to get this fan off of here. Oh, wow. The whole armature is moving on the electric motor. Ah, got it off of there. Okay, can this go? Yes, it can go on backwards, but it's obvious which way it goes. I better lay it inside the cover the way it goes. I see a couple of screws here. I think something got a little jacked up with me messing with it. Oh, I see what's going on. The motor auto-rotated. There we go. They're somewhat straightened out now. There's a whole bunch of little complicated things going on in here. I think these two screws right here are going to allow me to lift that off. I hope so. Magnet. There we go. Yeah, that should. I feel compelled to get this out of my way first. All of this. The switch. I'm thinking I will. Oh, the switch is held down by a screw. Who knew? Here we go. Might have to go fishing for that. Maybe that'll work. Sure did. I got the switch out of my way. Lots of stuff out of my way. Oh yeah. Okay, so I don't think I need to study this, because that's the eject. What I really need to study is what's war slam out up inside. Oh, it's getting even better now. Oh God, it's just beautiful. Let's see if they had the neutral hooked up to the correct wire. Yep, they did. I really need to, I don't know if I need to separate this any further. Not for this drill. Not for this task. I can sit here and look at it just like this. The problem resides, hello, in the idea that this doesn't stay. And on the other side, it does try to stay. This may be nothing more than my shimming something. That goes in tighter. That falls out with, that goes in real easy. Has to do with whatever this little tab here is engaging with. And what I fear is it's all 100% plastic in here. Let me get this other screw off so I can get those gears in front of me. I'm going to mark the one, I think they're identical gears. And they go in a certain way. Yeah, so they favor how much plastic is hanging out by the end of the tool right here. I don't want to get these crisscrossed. So this one is left. I didn't do crap. left. That's right. Looks like an R. Get this other screw out. This would be like the transmission section of the mixer. I'm expecting something to be able to be removed now. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that goes like that. That goes like that. And I need to have it. Goodness, goodly goo. Okay. Okay. And that'll just walk right on. Okay. So that's obvious. And it looks like these two brackets are my engrave, front and rear. F. And front and rear. Okay, so that's the rear, that's the front, and assembly is easy. Okay. Front and rear, setting those over there where in the order in which they were removed. And yeah, I already got left and right. So that snaps in really, really nice. So it's all dependent on this plastic gear. Yeah. Methinks that I can fix this here. Boy, you can't see what's going on up in there, but you see the channels. And the channels, if they wear out, it won't complement any grabbage on these tangs here, these two little ears. Now, I like my magnets, but you're giving me trouble now. Okay. These two little ears here, if those ears gained weight, making them fatter somehow, or dinging them with a ball-peen hammer, that would help yeah, so you can see the mixer come up inside. Oh, is that what these are called? trying to see if this plays a role in grabbing up top. Compare the wear pattern. The wear well, I just found the problem. How am I going to show you guys that? So that's on the assumption this is the right one, and it is. The hole in the right one, on the screen right now, the hole on the, hey, I want to say this right with perspective. Okay, this is the good gear. Not very much wobble. A lot more play. Okay, so the good one is on the left side of your screen. Let's talk like that. The bad one is on the right-hand side of your screen. This one is a larger opening than this one. This one's wore out. I need to shim it somehow. Let me think about this. Hang tight. Okay, so back to this. This is the end that sticks out of the machine on the gear, or it's the end that you insert. And you slip it on, and up in the top end, there's some grabby fingers that grab the cone profile. I had to get a different background so that maybe you could see that. It's tapered so that it means it slips up into something. So these little tabs here are just alignment for 180 degree out of phase options, or no, 90 degree out of phase options, and you get lined up, but the real business end of it is right here. And there's on this end, it's molded into the plastic. There's these 4 fingers that are grabbing this cone profile like this. And they spread out because it's wider at the top. They spread out to accommodate it being inserted, and it clips over. There's 4 plastic fingers up in here. So this this end is where the tools, the mixers are inserted. The malfunctioning side is this end right here, because there's too much wear. And watch what I mean. This is a good one. It's staying put. This is a bad one. There's 4 fingers up inside there. It's molded into the plastic. But what's interesting is these fingers, if you put a little screwdriver in there, you can bend them, because they're not just, they're tabs. So it's a really interesting injection mold, but I've got to figure out a way to, I'm going to see if I can bend those inboard and see if that works. Hang tight. So I'm going to go in there with a jeweler's screwdriver and get behind each one of those little fingers and pry. And this just, I don't have a lot of confidence in what I'm trying to do here. I don't think this is going to work. I really don't. It's almost like you have to preheat this to make it work. And let it cool. I'm able to get in there though and make that. It looks like I'm getting them to stay. Might buy some time. Oh, I made those holes made that hole really small now. I know I did something, so here goes. I'm pretty sure if I keep doing that, it might work. I wish there was something I could put in there to... I almost have to draw a picture, but it's hard to explain. Those fingers are standing up and tilted inward. It's kind of like this. You're looking at the circle of the opening, and there is that's not even, there's a tab, there's a tab, there's a tab, there's a tab, but they're standing up on the interior of that hole. It's the side profile would look like this. Here's this side. I'm going to overdraw this. Think of this as a cutaway view. So I've only shown 2 tabs right here, but when you're looking down in that hole, you see 4 of those tabs. And each tab is standing up, and the worn out part is this, the outer edge, the toothy part of the tab. But if I can stick and I'm putting my jeweler's screwdriver right in here, and I'm prying this. inboard. I really don't know if that's going to work. Let me keep dinking around. Hang tight. I had to erase my artwork. So down in there is what we see. We look down in the hole, and there's a place for me to put my jeweler's screwdriver to pry this tab and the other two that I haven't drawn inboard. But I got to thinking, I wonder if I can jam something right here to keep it under tension. This would be facing the food. See, that's the good one now. And after I've been doing some work on this one, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pry on the fingers. I'm going to hand it back to the wife and say, I fixed it, but I don't know how long it'll last. But at least the next time it breaks, I know what to do. Or she'll adopt one of them. So I just this is China made. I'm not really feeling the love of the machine. It's good looking engineering. I'm not picking on it at all, but it's so let's see how much force. Oh, I just think she might be okay with that. That's what we're going to do. I'm prying on the tabs for now. If they fly out, I'll remember how to fix it, or we're going to adopt another. But yes, this is going to be fixed. Right now, I will finish off bending and prying. I'm also considering jamming a piece of toothpick down in here. I can jam a piece of wood and a little tiny drop of epoxy behind each one of these fingers. That'll make it really stout. Probably wear the leading edge of these teeth off right here. That would be the next thing that occurs. The only real thing that I could do, that I can honestly think of right now, is I put a piece of heat shrink over top of this to shim it. Because this doesn't spin. It's the gear that spins. If I heat shrink this, then it'll be real super duper tight. You'd probably never get them on or off. I'm going to try that. Hang on for a second. Well, I can't do that because, You got to throw these in the sink and wash them. And she's going to be scrubbing at it. Now I could put this in the vise and tap on the end of this and crush that metal, which would swell this up a little bit more. I have to strike it just right and then deburr it. I think that's what I'll do. I want to fix it. But the gear is wore out. But that would fix it for an undetermined amount of time then. If I hit it with a hammer. Hang tight. Alright. So look what I did. The left one has been worked on. It's fatter. And a little bit shorter. And it's a little bit bented. So whatever I do to one, I got to do both. So which one was the malfunctioning gear now? It was the left one. Okay, so this is the gear. This is the worn out gear. Let's see if it cooperates. Okay, so that's the part that sticks out. I put it in there. Ooh, there's no play. Oh boy. I think that's fixed. I'm believing that might be good enough. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Let me put her back together. Hang tight. A little bit further. Got the transmission on. Looks like it's right to me. Let's run this thing like they never intended. So as we can see, we've got some points we can grease up. So I'm going to add some, I'm going to brush on some lubrication. Hang tight. Okay, so we've got some grease on the transmission and also on the when the motor thrusts. There is a thrust bearing right there, or a thrust washer. Got some grease on that. And I definitely did not grease the brushes back here. They travel. The brushes stay stationary, but the collector ring moves with the armature. Alright. Let me fire it up and use it like it was never intended. Just throwing a little bit of grease. Alright, now we get to put it back together. Hang tight. I'm pretty sure that's it. Got our turbo button. Selector switch. Eject button is working. Oh, I think it's tricky. I'm going to fight this cover on. Tell you what, this brown wire was just enough, just long enough. I hope the cover goes on. It'd be torture to have you watch me fight this on. Hang on. You're never going to believe. That took me nearly 45 minutes to get everything lined back up. And that was not enjoyable at all. I hate that product. Hang tight. Yeah, I did not have fun at all doing this. Let's see what it does. Turbo. Let's see if these stay in. That feels real good and tight. I'm not too happy with that. A little warbly. That's tighter than it was. Alright, that's the end of this video. Good night, Irene. That was awful. God almighty, I hated that. I may have to adjust this. It's a little bent. Alright guys, see ya.